And whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Okay, cool. While everyone's loading in, most recently, you all decided to bravely venture back in to the Yonti's underground lair through a secret entrance that, oh my gosh, I'm getting human names and character names confused here. Fleeb. That Fleeb had been brought through by a charming Yonti and discussed renovation plans. Then in the storage room, you encountered an enormous snake who could talk. Then it was Scramble disguised as a Yonti who negotiated with the giant snake, saying, you know, we're new, we're just checking on the inventory, and then bailed, essentially.
Hey, Jax did a little bit of negotiating too.
Oh yeah, what negotiating was that again?
I don't even remember it.
Can I have that piece of cloth?
Oh no, I tried to give him a snack, didn't I? I gave him a biscuit.
He's letting us go.
I gave him a custard cream.
Let's fucking leave. No, let's hang out.
I gave him a custard cream. He can give me some fancy cloth.
You then proceeded into the Yonti's sleeping quarters / writhing in pools of blood quarters. Tried to convince a couple of servants to free themselves, one of which seems to be trailing you now. And you broke into their sauna, almost killed the bodyguards of this seemingly important Yonti who tried to make a deal with you successfully. He agreed that he would call off the oncoming Yonti in their hundreds that seemed to be flooding this area if you all would let him go, and he would lead you where you needed to go to get to where you wanted to go, which was to, I believe he said he would lead you to the throne room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ratney Snoosney or something.
That's it, yeah. He said he would lead you to Le Throne Room, and he proceeded to take you in that direction. And also, just to backtrack, the many Yonti had come because someone made a noise somewhere or did something. What was that about?
Well, we ended up beginning to have a.
So people came in. They just
there were just two
they
random
just
people
came
in. Yeah.
Yeah, and we killed one of them and didn't
three of them came
get
in,
the
right?
other one.
Oh,
we
yeah, and
insta-jibbed one of them.
Oh, and the other one went
got
into,
away
like, the room and
to
gone.
sound the alarm. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. One of them was depressingly dehydrated, and the other one got away.
Gotcha. So then, as this sort of sneaky Yonti that had made a deal with you had successfully called off all of the oncoming Yonti raised by the alarm, he led you to this eastern river, like underground river. He then
promptly after bargaining for his life, he threw it away again.
Exactly. He then decided to ring the bell, claiming later that he thought it was for the boat that would transport you further up the river to the throne room. It actually turned out to summon a Hydra from beneath the water. A battle ensued. You defeated the Hydra by many things, but
Scramble
partly by
killed their pet dog.
Yeah, essentially a T-Rex was involved. I think you transformed one of the servants.
I did. The one who seemed to want to live the most.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the other one dies. Oh no, the other one's still there. Oh,
No, the other ones just
hung
weren't
back.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we told there were like two more, and we told them like, look, we're gonna make a big thing. So if you guys want to run away, it's clear.
Yeah, exactly. And then as you defeated the Hydra who sort of ran away towards the end, Scramble decided, I think, to chase it down and kill it. And then color floated to the surface of the water that said Scaly on it. And that is where we rejoin the action in this underground river with an enormous T-Rex and the body underwater of a Hydra. What would you guys like to do now?
Well,
No! Scaly! He could have been another Guy Fieri!
You see that? That was badass!
so
what?
so we have theoretically -1 Yonti horde, -1 Hydra, and -1 traitor. As I kind of look at the
plus
floor.
1 T-Rex.
+1 for how long?
Like 56 minutes, probably.
I see. And so he's clearly not fitting through this door, as I indicated the door that we kind of just left. So
Let's
suppose...
ride this guy through the water. Who needs a boat when we got a guy who can just wade?
How
Yeah,
deep
we
is
can
this
name
water?
it. I pick up the name tag and go, is it Scaly on the name tag?
Yes, it says
This
Scaly.
guy already
Name
has
the
a name.
T-Rex Scaly.
This guy
I'm
already-
sure that guy had a name.
Yeah, but
We
the
just never
T-Rex
learned it.
doesn't.
Oh,
We just
right.
never learned his name.
Yeah, that too.
Like,
Now
just,
he has
you,
a
just
name.
you just grab the collar and go, I dub thee Scaly.
Jax, this is your honors. You wanted a pet here. I tossed the name tag to Jax.
I put it in the bag. I'm like, I'll save it for an actual pet rather than someone I've
Temporary
just turned into a monster for a
Right.
while.
Okay, so I sort of like I guess that if you followed this water south, you end up where the boats were tied up, and if we head north, we go somewhere else.
Wait,
As
which
you-
way's north? I got no idea.
As you recall, the guy
Left.
who betrayed you was saying that, trust him, honest, the throne room is north, down the river this way. And then you killed him, I think. But it was basically after he maybe betrayed you, probably, who knows.
Okay.
I think we got some
be
sort
like-
of insight roll at some point. It might have been me that was like,
Yeah.
he's probably telling the truth about that, but he definitely wasn't trying to summon a boat. I got some.
Yeah,
information.
Oh, yeah,
He's-
that was
He's
it.
half.
Yeah.
He's half
The
telling the
information he's given us is true, but he is being a dick.
truth. Yeah, it's true up to the point about
he
the boat.
might not have been certain of what he was saying, in the sense that to him it was what he believed to be true, but he wasn't certain it was true.
Yeah, it was
I
some
think
seemed
it was
like,
more just
it
like
seemed
thing.
just like he was telling us the truth, but his intent he was not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Intense.
There was something that was a tiny bit off. It
Yeah.
wasn't like someone
He was
with
using
the
the
pure
truth to lie
conviction
to
was saying
us.
the sky is blue.
He was
I was
using
trying-
true facts to lie to us.
So if I'm right, Orvex is no longer invisible because he did an attack at some point during combat, but I think Disguise Self still works even if I attack, so I think
Yeah.
I'm still disguised for like about 45 minutes, I'm guessing.
I'd say since you've been in here, probably 40 minutes remaining.
Cool. That's still good.
So I think we should all jump up on. I'm like,
it's no longer current.
hey,
There's also I can cast more
did
spells.
this guy have a name?
Does which guy?
The guy who I turned into a T-Rex.
Oh,
Maybe.
he hasn't. You don't know. You haven't asked him.
Yeah, okay, fair
He
enough.
wouldn't
I
tell
thought
us
I
one or
did.
the other. He might not have told you. It might be one of those.
Like irrelevant of everything else, I haven't written it down. And if you made up the name, you could equally make up the name again, and I
Told
would
us he
be
doesn't
just
have a
none the
name. We would
liar.
also believe you.
Yeah,
Let's just call
I
him-
don't think so. Yeah,
Reggie. I'll be like,
he's a
hey,
T-Rex
Reggie,
at the
dude."
moment, so he can't do
Yeah,
much
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah, but he is like still on our side. Which is nice.
You surmise, yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, he could suddenly decide to switch sides, but that would be rude.
It'd be a little rude.
I'm gonna wave him down to see if like we can climb up on him and get him to and point him up the river.
Okay. I will say. No, I say he does. He lowers his head down to the water. The water's about 6 feet deep, by the way.
Yeah, way too deep. Deathly deep.
Oh god,
Paddleable.
I am
Oceans.
now swimming.
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
gonna
yes, I
hop
am
up onto
too.
the T-Rex's head.
Okay, cool. You're on a T-Rex.
Let's go. That's all.
Hey, anyone else riding up here?
It's
Yeah, man,
big.
of course.
I get.
I'd like to get up to the T-Rex and don't let me.
I put my I clasp my hands together, like as almost as if like, come on, I'm gonna give you a a leg up onto this T-Rex.
I am super.
Oh, cheers, dude.
You're welcome. Please.
Phlebe is super uncomfortable about T-Rexes in general. Like the fact that there's one there that he saw his friend summon, he's a bit. Well.
I didn't
Yeah,
summon
so
him. I turned a poor defenseless slave into him.
Yeah.
That's better.
Okay,
right?
Phlebe is persuaded to tentatively get onto the T-Rex.
Let's see how well I describe how fine it is up here. It's fine up here.
It's a
Oh, yeah.
it's a nice lizard.
Pretty fine.
Yeah, you feel compelled that not compelled.
Come on, Orvex.
Convinced. Orvex jumps on, seemingly taking on a slightly more devil-may-care persona after all of these things that he's endured. At least he says, at least it's no what the fuck was that? Triceratops.
Monday.
I much prefer this to the Triceratops.
Hey, Orvex, you leveled up yet?
He's finally got. Yeah, he leveled up his humor.
Yes, I feel braver, slightly. Shall we continue, maybe away from the scene
Yeah.
of the crime?
All right, Reggie, and I point Reggie up the river.
Caesar,
Northwest.
this must be
Let's
really
go.
familiar to you, being on the back of a T-Rex. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm already sat on like where I managed to tame the previous one. This is a good place to sit.
Okay, so this guy said we're going into a throne room, so we're gonna arrive in style. Now, what's the deal? We're gonna go. We know they're taking the cubes. We know they're capturing a load of people. What do? We jump in. We say, "Oi, give us the cubes. Free all the people." How's that?
Like as manifestos go, it is to the point and reasonably accurate.
All right, here. Let me work on a little riff.
And to be fair, we are doing it while armed with a T-Rex. So as all things go, it
Straight
isn't the
basic.
worst bargaining chips.
It's pretty good.
So
Hey,
you're all on the
Fleet.
T-Rex, right?
We are
yeah.
incredibly prone to one fireball, but otherwise it's fine.
Fleeb,
I don't know what
when,
that even means.
Fleeb, when we get in there, can you do like something that makes my voice louder? Cause I'm gonna.
Do I look like an illusionist to you?
I look at the robe. I'm just like, yeah.
Like,
You have a wizard hat, right? I flick the point of your wizard hat. I'm like, yeah, dude, you got that.
ew. I'm definitely not like that sort. Definitely not. No. As I check.
Here,
to
look,
make
I'll
sure
show
I don't
you how
have
to do
any-
it.
Do I
Show
have
him, like-
any illusionist spells? I don't think I do.
Well, do you have
as-
prestidigitation? Because you can make a sound with that, and you can just.
Okay,
Oh,
I
silent
was just
image.
looking
I've
at that.
silent image.
I have prestidigitation. I
Yeah.
didn't think that could make a sound though. I
No,
thought
it
was
can't.
Can't it?
Everything else.
Yeah, no, look. A pop of wind,
it-
faint musical notes,
Oh,
a harmless
okay.
sensory effect.
I clearly
you can
haven't
do
read-
However, I
something.
don't
You
think you're
can't-
trying. You're not
you
trying to
can't-
do a faint musical note. You're trying to fill a room full of music.
Yeah. You
Okay,
you
well,
can't,
he
you
can make
can't
a few
enhance
notes
sound.
behind me. You can make a few like drum beats to enhance my.
Yes.
performance.
Roll for musical timing.
Okay, fine. You've got
Fine.
Shaper, you've got Mold Earth as a cantrip. Just get a big rock to slam back and forth.
I can, let me
It's
check
rather
that.
slow.
Everything's a drum. What is it slow? How long is it?
As you,
Molder
as you
is
round
like
this corner,
moving sludge over the course of a minute.
Oh, a minute. I thought it was max.
All right, what I could do though is I could cast message and just repeat any words you say, so it sounds like you have an echo.
I just dig in the bag. I hand someone a flute. I hand someone a shield. And here you go, Fleeb. I give you a pot and a spoon.
I'll take that flute.
I see.
And there's
I'm
gonna
not
be
sure
like,
what my
okay,
performance score is, but
no, we're gonna come up with something. I just need you to like hold one note, and then when I go, ba-da-boom, you stop, and then you do this other note. And then you
On
go
a
back.
pan.
Okay, let's just take the organization of the song as given. You guys discuss that as the T-Rex rounds a corner. You
We'll solve it in
see
post.
there is a passageway leading into an enormous throne room. 4 pillars support its vaulted ceiling, and steps ascend to an iron throne carved in the likeness of a hydra, quite possibly in the likeness of Scaly themselves. And painted on the wall behind it is a large blue triangle. To the south, an engraved stone disc is set into the floor of an alcove. A 10-foot wide opening in the east leads to a flooded cave, which you just came in. So you see the various guards and stuff in front of the throne look at you aghast. So
And the one
Yeah,
skeleton.
Before we go in, I gesture to Fleeb to start like going ba-dum on the pot and pan.
I literally just go ding 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 ding.
Perfect. And then I just
Oh, was that too soon, dude?
No,
Sorry,
keep
did
doing
I-
it, keep doing it.
Okay, sorry. I'll start again.
Caesar.
Ding 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 ding.
I get you to like do belly flaps.
Yeah.
Wait, do I keep doing it, or is it just
I'm
one?
slapping
Is it just
my
one or the
belly.
other, or do I go again and again?
Just
How
keep
do I-
going.
What's the,
Keep
just,
going.
yeah,
Keep
okay,
going.
alright, sorry.
And then you hear on the fiddle.
Actually, as like a side thing, as I've just sort of as we're sort of like doing something daft. Caesar, can Caesar run on walls generally?
No, not yet. That's next level.
Cool. Do I do that?
Would he like to?
And now I want Orvex to just scream.
No, fuck it. Too late. Oh.
Orvex does scream at the sight
And
of...
then I tell the T-Rex to go into the room. Not like attack, but
golly.
just going into the room.
Okay, he goes into the room, and I'm going to say that this guy needs to make a check. So
And then we go, give us the puzzle cubes and let the people go. It is a time for reckoning. You know, we're on a T-Rex. You're on a chair. Let's work it all out. Let's learn to be fair. And I point
Okay.
at the guy on the chair. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he cares about.
the guy on the chair. The guy on the chair is dead. It isn't even undead. It's just a corpse.
And then I go.
Okay. Are you hoping to... What effect are you hoping this song and arriving on a T-Rex to achieve? Are you wanting to persuade them, intimidate them? What?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a combination of...
Show off.
Yeah, there is some intimidation, but it's like a show, right? We're putting on a rock show
Okay.
to try and get them to care about what we say.
Give me a performance check with advantage.
It's like I assumed it was to give us some sort of weird sort of.
Hey, flipping heck.
Okay. With a 29, you see the bodyguards in this room. You've sort of seen them as the sort of palace guards or the hideout guards. They all look towards the guy on the throne, and he looks genuinely surprised. And he is an odd-looking chap. And by chap, I mean a human torso with a snake's lower half. And he has large chunks of skin just sort of hanging off. And he does not look healthy. And he essentially says...
Does he smell dead?
Oh yeah.
He does smell unpleasant. You can smell it even from here.
That's corpse.
He says, "Why should I not kill you right now?"
Because we got a T-Rex, and we want those cubes, and we got the rest of them, and if you kill us, they'll be loosed.
Yeah.
Yo.
We're better than you.
We killed a bunch of guys. We escaped from here twice.
I'm beginning to wonder.
Scrabble counts on his fingers to 2.
Oh. You want the cubes, do you? Well, we
Actually, quick question.
have
Why do
something
you-
resembling those. Why do you want those?
Why do you want them first?
We are the leaders of this city. We claim all of its resources for ourselves.
Cubes are barely, they're not resources, they're puzzles. Look.
Well, you don't really know what they are, do you?
We just think they're neat.
Wait a second. Is this guy just at a glance? Is this, you know, this guy is falling apart.
Yes, he is.
Is this what the people mentioned before? The last party.
Yeah,
Is this what they were talking about?
Yeah, they said that there had been rumors and stories about people and creatures in this region of Omu, the jungle, the cities around it, who have been decomposing if they've been previously raised by magic from the dead. And anyone that has since been attempted to be raised from the dead, it doesn't work. So you surmise that this person or creature might be falling victim to that same effect.
So I'm gonna stand on the fully at all my height on the tip of this T-Rex's nose, and I'm gonna do a backflip off and land in front of him.
no.
Okay, do an acrobatics check.
Oh
Oh,
wait, no.
He's lucky. Oh,
There
an
we go.
18. You do a modestly, one of your more conservative backflips. Very clean, good
but
technique.
I land. Yeah, because it's important that I land well, because I land leaning back and pointing at him. And
That
I'm just
happens.
I can see what's happening to you, dude. Look, we've heard about this. You're suffering from this as much as anyone. Let me guess. You were dead once.
He still is.
he narrows his eyes at you, but that's what's this acrobatics check for?
I just follow suit. I just after Dex says, I just land next to him with the same backflip, and I just oh, good idea.
I think while that's happening, Philippe sort of just slides off the tail at the back.
Nice.
Just
Or wherever you are, I
Scrabble
don't
puts
know
an
where
extra
that-
turn in it and does a full arm spread stand at the end.
Just falls on the
See,
floor.
I'm not looking to show you up. I just thought this is what we were doing.
Yeah.
I whispered to Flea, I think we should probably stay on this T-Rex.
Oh, okay, then I begin to crawl my way back up the tail.
He narrows his eyes at you, but then you see an almost shift in his demeanor. He raises his hand and makes a dismissive gesture, and the snake people in this room just start walking out. And he basically dismisses everyone, except for you guys. Sorry, you wanted to do something, Fleep?
Yeah, so I think I...
Fleep's gonna walk out with them.
I sort of added to Jex's sort of stuff, but with the actual knowledge that I know, because it's the reason why I came here to find it.
So you would like to add what?
Effectively, the name of what it is, the item that is, and where we believe it to be, and who was to have it.
Oh, you say that, and he says, go on, Jax.
But the point as well is like, look, we're trying to fix things with puzzle cubes, but we got some of them stashed where you never find Neville.
Don't say that.
We know.
Kick him. Sparrow, kick him.
Oh, right, yeah, I kick him.
Look, we can't
Only
get,
off the-
without us and without you, maybe no one will ever get all the cubes together. So how are we going to fix this?
He continues to narrow his eyes and waits for a full 20 seconds. And then you see one of the snakes come back into the room carrying a large sack. He then grabs hold of the sack from the attendant and says, "You may leave." And he dismisses the guy who just brings in the snack. There's a lot of procedure to this guy. And then he says,
Do I recognize the attendant?
You can make a perception check.
Didn't you kill the one who you would recognize?
No, it's mainly I'm making sure it's not a child. Because we might be a bit late.
Okay, you're trying to recognize the attendant that brought the sack?
Yeah.
That's a snake person. It's not a child.
Okay, so it wasn't the child that was turned into a snake person. Okay, got it.
You don't recognize it to be a previous human.
Cool, got it. Yeah.
And you see Rusnisi says, "I should introduce myself. I'm Rusnisi, and I
That was his
have a boon to grant you. I would very much like you to continue on your quest, and as long as you go straight to where I tell you and do what you've described, you will not be hurt by my people. Does this seem agreeable to you?"
One more thing.
Hang on.
So I just turned to huddle. Yeah, a quick huddle.
All right, quick sidebar.
Yeah, I huddle with everyone. I'm like, this dude doesn't he have loads of like prisoners? Don't we want to? We should tell him we'll do it if he lets them go.
Yeah, I mean, we also want to make sure that like everyone gets to leave the city, and he's like, 'cause we don't want to stay here, right? That's not the plan. The plan is to leave, right?
That's a good idea.
So like, do the thing, get the thing, whatever Philippe said, the thing that Philippe said, and then leave with it, right? That's the plan. Leave with it.
I'm
so
more
here's
concerned about, because we saw, like, so the person that we saw being, no, I didn't see it. Was I someone that saw someone being? Yes, because it was me and Scramble that saw the person being brought in.
Every time.
That mass, that like,
It's very important.
Scramble.
No.
I thought it didn't have a B.
No, it's Grumble. It's
I'm
Grumble.
just roasting.
You threw me out.
Scramble. Yeah, just scramble. It's like the
yes,
word scram. Get out of here. Scram.
You and
Scramble.
saw a red
saw-
wizard, or what you presume
Yes.
to be one, being brought in by the snake people, holding
that's what I'm
a
sort
bunch
of
of cubes.
pseudo worried about, is about
Wait,
what agreement they've done with red wizards, if they have done any.
But if they've
We
captured
don't know
one,
what he
surely
wants
they
us
don't
to
have
do
an
yet,
agreement
to be
with them.
honest. We don't know what he wants to do.
Well, he said
All right.
he said he wants you to continue on your quest because Jax explained that he's trying to fix the thing that's afflicting Rasnisi, the sort of like
Yeah.
drooping flesh sickness.
Right.
So he wants you to do that.
All right. So, free the humans. We'll
No,
hear about.
prisoners.
Free the
Free
prisoners.
the prisoners.
Otherwise, we're gonna have it. That's also going to release red wizards.
What's the difference?
Oh well.
They're
Well,
not
we could
all
ask him
humans.
what's the deal with them. We could ask him what the deal is with the red wizards.
You
Maybe
hear
they
his
don't like
voice
them. Maybe
in
this
the
guy's an ally.
background say, have you made a decision?
Oh, Jax,
Yeah,
you do
it's
this
spin
one.
round. I play it. I hold a long note on the fiddle while I'm like,
Oh, I got this.
yes, we'll do it if
Oh, sorry.
you let those prisoners go. We saw there were a bunch of prisoners in cages. We want them to go, and we want to be able to get out of here after we've solved the puzzle cube thing.
Well, as far as safe passage out of the city, if you succeed in your quest, you are more than welcome to have safe passage out of the city. As far as prisoners that we actually only have one at the moment. A robed figure we confiscated all of these cubes from.
That's the Red Wizard. I suspect.
I just tug on Fleeb's sleeve and like pull him forward. Like, I don't know what to say here, dude. You're on it.
You know, I think we can let this one pass.
What
Just
did you
a
do
little
to...
bit. Oh,
Do you mean
you think?
the prisoners that we used to have?
Yeah.
There we go.
They were lunch today.
We were too late.
Scramble takes a step back and turns away.
The mother provided.
Is there a way to?
an agreement? Sorry, go on.
Is there a
Caesar.
way to perceive what's in the sack?
Yep, you
Does
can
it
make a
look
perception
pointy
check.
and jaggedy, and as if it's got
Perception it up.
cubes in it? See.
Okay, even with a 6, your experience from being a child and playing with wooden blocks leads you to believe that this contains cubes.
So I'm just like, okay, but there were like 3 more guys down in the spa.
Spa? What are you
no,
talking
what-
about?
I have they might be lost. I don't know how.
Do we have an agreement, or do you need to die?
I think we say yes. No, not to
Well,
the
I'm just
need to
saying,
die bit.
Okay, wait. Sorry, out of character. There were those 2 guys. Do we just say they should let them go?
Oh, you mean the
Well,
like
no,
servants in the
Yeah.
blood riding room?
We have the one with us, and we have one which is a T-Rex. I think we can probably get away with walking out those other 2.
Understand if we
Just
if we
disown
say
brain
let
dead.
those servants go. Not the brain dead ones. The ones that were really just sad and shy.
Okay,
Well,
make
the ones that are with us.
well, there's 2 that are with you,
And
and
the
there
two-
was 2 that may or may not have remained in the spa. You don't actually know whether they left or not.
I just want to say the servants get to go safely.
Okay, make a persuasion check with advantage because of many things.
Okay.
Oh yeah, with the
24.
24, he says, "Yes, that is fine. They are not important employees."
We got a deal.
Excellent. And he tosses the sack towards you and says, "Okay, these are the cubes. Do you know where you need to take them to gain entrance?"
Yeah, that little place where it's like looks like you're supposed to put 9 cubes, right?
Yes. Make a. No, actually, no. He says, "I've not been into the tomb myself, but I've heard of it. I would advise caution. All is not what it seems. I very much want you to succeed. Now, take this attendant," and you see the attendant somehow knows to come back into the room at this point, "and make haste. You won't be bothered on your way out."
And
Okay.
away we go.
Okay, so do you intend to go to the place with the slots and the obelisk, or do you have any other plans?
Yeah, I mean we're doing what we were here to do, right?
Yeah, I don't think the only other thing that there was there wasn't really any other thing that beyond Red Wizards being about, but we didn't have any plan for dealing with them anyway. And then we'd be outnumbered by them anyway, I suspect. So yeah, we just go straight there, I suppose.
So are we assuming that by doing what he says is going to lift the curse that's afflicting him and everyone else on
Well,
Sure.
we don't know because we don't know what is causing. I'm forgetting, Sam, how much I know. Like,
Yeah, you've heard through the arcane grapevine of learned wizards that there is a device called the Soulmonger in this area that is causing this effect to happen. And you went out on this venture to try to stop it from A, falling into the wrong hands, and B, doing what it's doing.
Yeah, so we have an idea of what it is. We don't know how once we've got the item to stop what it's doing, but we know that we probably need to get it. It might require us traveling to put it into Mount Doom, but it also might just require us pressing the off button.
Yeah, exactly. All of those
the magical equivalent of an off button.
A man can dream.
Well, we didn't shake on it, so you know.
Well, as we wander outside, like, let's be real here. We made an agreement with an undead, and I sort of twist my head.
He's not undead.
Are you crazy?
He's just ex-dead. Look, if you raise someone from the dead, they're not undead. They're just alive again.
That is literally the definition of undead.
No, undead is a zombie or a skeleton,
and
man.
as
Come on.
the echoes of this argument occur as you leave the snake hideout, and the attendant leaves you at that entrance, seemingly like fed up with the bickerings, and you make your way through the city to the northern area where you found the obelisk and the series of slots in the stone door. And let me describe it to you in more detail.
It was 100%. It was definitely a lich or something like that. Maybe a wraith, but like...
No, he was just an alive dude whose face was falling off because he used to be dead.
No, I don't think that's how that works.
Eating humans sounds like a really undead thing to do, if you ask me.
It's a good point. That might also be the snake bit.
Look, the last dudes, they told me that people who used to be alive are falling to pieces. I mean, who were alive again. People who died and then were alive. They're falling apart, right?
Yeah, but like...
That doesn't make them undead. That just makes them sick, dude.
I agree, but that guy definitely had the... You know... The undead... What's names about him?
Everybody make a perception check now that you're here.
Is this
Also,
for undead wasp names?
I think by this time the T-Rex spell has faded, so I'll just go grab an icon for that.
Slammed to the floor.
Because I think it's 1 hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 13. I have 13 visionaries.
Perception.
Where's my icon?
Oh, yes, my actual minimum.
You were permanently just engrossed in this argument with me. You were just not paying attention.
You could roll 2 ones in a row, and that would... You could get less.
Okay, so we've got 9 for Scramble, an 8 for Caesar, a 13 for Fleeb, and a 6 for Jax. Okay, so Fleeb,
unless Orvex is being particularly noteworthy today.
Yeah. Sorry, I totally forgot about Orvex. Let me see if I can do a little perception.
That's easy to do.
Perception. Oh wow, 24. Okay, so Fleeb, you notice something that you haven't noticed before, because you guys were only here briefly and you were sort of en route to something else, and you discover that a second, smaller tunnel burrows into the base of a cliff to the east in an area that you haven't previously noticed.
Side note, we couldn't come straight to the place. We had to get the cubes we left behind, but that's fine.
Oh yeah, where did you stash them?
On that roof, we hid them really, really well with a...
Oh yes, that was
I think we put them in a bag in the water or something.
No,
something like
we
that.
put them... they were on the... Oh yeah. They were underwater with like a cloth disguise to mask the color of them.
Nice. So yeah, I'll say that you found it, you hid it, like we can just take that as given. But thank you for reminding me. And as you, Fleeb, discover this second tunnel, you hear Orvex in sort of fits of excitement. He goes over to the obelisk and he has, again, fits of excitement and says, I didn't notice this before. The vines were hiding another inscription. And he reads it out, and it says, Fear the night when the Forsaken One seizes death's mantle, and the seas dry up, and the dead rise, and I, Asarak the Eternal, reap the world of the living. Those who dare enter take heed. Oh, this isn't going well. The enemies oppose. One stands between them. In darkness it hides. Don the mask or be seen. Speak no truth to the doomed child. The keys turn on the inside only. And I believe...
You need to write that down.
Yeah.
What
I'll just, guys. I'll just give you a handout. It's nice and easy.
I actually said it to Orvex as he's saying.
I laughed at him when he said there was like an inscription behind the vines, as if there wouldn't have been.
Well, he was clearly, lax in his investigation. Go on, Fleet.
So, we were told by, Raznazi wasn't his name, was it?
Rasputin.
But what?
Rasputin.
Rasputin.
No. What was the name of the snake guy?
Raznisi.
What was Nisi? Nisi was saying everything isn't as it seems, and there's a passageway here. How much about what was the name of the god?
Asarak?
Yeah. What do we know what Asarak is like as a god? I'm talking to Orvex as the only one that maybe has some knowledge about this.
So you're asking Orvex if he knows anything about Asarak?
Yes.
Okay, he's going to make a history check. Okay, with a 14, he says, no, to be honest, in all my studies in this city and of the inscriptions and of the Amoan culture, that name has never come up before.
Have we met Asarak before in anything that we have done?
Any of you individuals in the group?
No, as in, so we've gone to the temples and the temples of the 9 gods, but the Asarak is not one of the 9 gods.
Not that you've encountered.
Asarak.
I mean, even from the inscription, he seems pretty evil, to be honest.
No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to be. Everything is not as it seems. There's this passageway here, and we have 9 cubes for elsewhere. I'm just.
Isn't the 9 cubes for the thing that we're outside, or am I missing what you're getting?
Sorry. Is the 9 cubes on this obelisk thing, or I thought that was somewhere else?
No. The nine slots are here.
Yeah.
In this sort of stone. Let me see if I can show you.
Oh, okay.
There's a little symbol for the stone thing. There it is.
Oh, okay, right.
We fast traveled, Paul.
A note about as well. Reggie's here, but Reggie doesn't have to come in with us. I'll just say good job, Reggie, dude. Great job being a T-Rex. You can go if you want.
Oh, thank you
You're free
so
now.
much. When you first mentioned it, I didn't believe really that I would get out this far. I thank you. If there's anything I can do to repay you, I'm in a village just 3 miles south of here.
Oh, just sing some cool songs and rock out, dude.
Thank you.
Some lunch when we get out might be nice.
Of course.
Ooh,
He
nice
yells
idea.
over his shoulder as he's already running away by this point. Of course.
We definitely aren't getting that lunch. Right.
Nice try though, dude. I appreciate
Things
it.
are not as it seems. Flea, for some reason, chooses to be brave and walks down this passageway tentatively.
Mm-hmm.
Just a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Has Flea? This is Jack saying it, not me. That snake guy said we should be really careful going in here. Should we spend the night?
Have a snooze.
Figure out what they're like, and figure out what this place is about over the night.
Well, do we want an opportunity to reset spell points and health? Is the question, which is
Wait,
probably
what?
Are we napping
which is-
before we go any further into something?
what time of day is it?
By this point, did you guys, when you went back in to the underground lair to get
Did we
Fleet's
do
book
in
back,
under?
did you do
we
it?
were-
Did we do under the cover of night? Did we do
Well,
that
so
in the cover of night?
We were
think you did.
absolutely roasted
Okay.
from the day before, so I think we slept as much as we needed to.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah, it was a long
it's probably by this time, I'll say it's early afternoon, but because you basically did most of your infiltrating of the underground lair during the night, I'd say you're probably tired enough by now to take a long rest if you would like to.
Okay, let's take a long rest, and I'll put up. I've got my book back, so I can ritual cast up a bubble of protection or Lehman's
Tiny hut.
Speciality Boulevard.
Nice.
I might disguise myself with a drum line.
Rounded spell tent.
And I'm just.
Is that the sound of contemplation or lost in?
Yeah. No. It's the sound of me going like things are not as it seems, and I'm. Okay, cool.
So you cast Liamon's tiny hut. You guys take a long
Yeah.
rest. Is that the situation?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. You choose to set watches or not, given that you're inside the safety of the hut. It's your choice.
I mean, I'll still do a watch. I need 4 hours of sleep.
Okay. You can.
Yeah, I
have,
mean, might as well have someone awake at any given time.
Okay. Give us a perception check, please, Scramble.
Sure, I can do several watches if you'd like, because I need the 4 hours.
Oof. With a 25, you notice a couple of stone gargoyles perched on the stone at various points surrounding this area. It's quite impressive that you noticed this at night.
I got dark vision.
You have dark vision, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So you really leverage the full capacity of dark vision to spot them. They seem to have their faces frozen in a scream, and they appear to be made out of stone. But you notice nothing moving, nothing happening. You just notice them.
All right, fair enough. I don't do anything about this. I just take stock of it.
Cool. Your watch comes to a close. Are you taking the next one, or is someone else?
I'll do it. I mean,
can
I'll be.
do multiple if I need to.
Yeah, I'll jump in. I'm making a plan as well when we go in, because like this guy said, be careful. So I'm thinking about what that means in all sorts of stories. And what that means is we're probably going to face like shadow versions of ourselves, or not know who the real one is. So over the night, I devise a scheme by which everyone gets a feather from the T-Rex, and if we're ever in doubt of who's who, you pull the feather out and tickle someone else with it, and that's how they know you're real.
Okay,
Right.
I'll say, because you're absorbed in making this plan, Scramble can make another perception check, because it's just funnier that way. Okay.
Not so good.
With an 8, you're slightly distracted by the sheer genius of this plan that's unfolding.
Dude, this is fucking genius.
Yeah, you always heard about in stories, and they never know how to solve it. But we can. Where do we find?
my word, we're gonna have solved it before it even
We
comes
just spend
up.
like an hour tickle each other with a. Hey, wait, are you real?
Oh, I don't know, dude. Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Oh, you're real, dude. Wait, am I real? Tickle, tickle.
Morning comes,
you are real.
and they are still tickling each other.
Dudes, come on, look at this. And I explained the plan and give everyone
Wait, did
a
I not
feather.
get a rest then? I took both
You
watches.
did. I assumed you
You
started
transferred the
yours
tickling.
after your like trance took place.
I mean, I assumed that like someone was watching all the time, and so the fact that I took the first one, I assumed meant that I was.
It's
taking
not
the
too
first-
important.
Nah,
Let's
it
just-
isn't. All right, sure.
Right. Okay.
The morning
Doesn't
has
matter
come
much.
and we didn't get attacked, so the details of the watch are no longer important.
I think
Fair
we
enough.
should head down the
Wait,
passage.
Phlebe, you're not listening. Here, take this
Ah,
feather.
Fine, thanks.
Now show me that
remember.
you're real.
Okay. Yeah, you know, like there have been many times
This
where
guy's
I've
a
had
fraud.
a crisis of crap. I'm the fraud.
Look, prove. Are you the real Phlebe?
Yes.
Will
I
the
don't
real plea
know.
please tickle someone?
Oh, fuck
Show
off.
us the real. All right. Well, if you don't do this, what's going to happen when we find shadow clones and they're going to try and kill us?
Well,
I guess they're gonna kill us. Oh, we're
Well,
gonna kill Phlebe, I mean.
Caesar, are you real?
Or someone's getting dehydrated.
Caesar, is it really you?
I try and make Phlebe lighten up a bit by tickling him.
Hey, it's really Caesar! Yeah!
Yay!
Hey, Orvex, is that you with the coffee, or is that a fake cup of coffee?
He puts his coffee down and starts to tickle as many of you as possible.
Oh, yes. See, Phlebe, and that's how a party sticks together and survives trouble.
Like, you're overdoing it a little bit, dude. You're overdoing it a little bit.
You know, I might have been better off in the hole.
Look,
Yeah,
Phlebe,
as I'm wondering about the fact that, to be fair, in the previous time, my fellow colleague died by being eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and now I'm trying to continue on this mission with one crazy bard, one crazy, one crazy thief, a a slightly erratic archaeologist and a dwarf monk who is technically under my employ, but I seem to have lost that capacity over them.
Look, dude, if you want to go get eaten by the snakes, I'm sure they'll have you back. But if you want to not get killed by shadow clones, you gotta tickle us with a feather. Look,
Understood.
what's wrong with this plan, okay?
You know, fine. It's a fine plan.
All right, let's go. Let's do this thing. Now, what do we do?
I think we head down here, and I point
Wait,
down.
don't we put the cubes in the thing up there?
Things are not as they seem. Right?
So you're
Oh
saying
yeah, I
that-
point out the spooky-looking gargoyles to everyone.
Well, yeah, that's why we've got the feathers.
Right. Okay. Right.
Do we need to?
You know,
do we need to
I
put
don't
the cubes
think-
in there yet? Because unless there's like a lock or something, we can just
Think-
keep hold of
Yeah, like things are not as they seem. What does that look like? That looks like the place you should put stuff, right?
Okay, but that
Things
looks
are
like
not
a tunnel.
as
Are you
they
saying
seem.
it's not a tunnel?
them. I mean, Caesar starts
Okay,
walking
fair
towards wherever
point.
Flea wants to go.
Fair point. Yeah, does that not look like a tunnel? Okay, good point. But then your logic is you've somehow I'm actually not even going to get into this debate.
I don't. Last time we
Come
were
on,
here,
Flea,
we said
let's
we
just
gotta
go
get
this
the
way.
cubes
It
for
seems
this
like
wall.
a good plan.
Do you want to put the cubes in that wall?
That's what I thought we were doing, but I don't know.
I'm getting.
We can look down here. Let's go down the hall.
Flea begins wringing his hands. It's sort of like, do I want to trust the undead maybe lich, or do I want to just put cubes in a wall?
Well, we're here, aren't we? We might as well see what happens if we put one cube in there. Whether it starts.
I'm just like
Looking
looking,
cogs
rooting
out.
around in the bag, looking at the different cubes and the pictures on them.
Do we even know like which cubes fit into which slot? Is there hieroglyphs or something on the obelisk, or are they just plainly marked?
Does it even matter?
The only carvings on the slab of worked stone that contain the 9 cavities are grinning skulls carved around the outside.
So that seems like it would be a bad thing, which means it's a good thing, right?
You know, I've realized this line of logic is always can be reversed to anything you kind of want, right? So I suppose, like, the piece of advice given to us, although maybe would be helpful to a normal person, to a Jex is maybe
Well,
completely
he said be
pointless.
cautious. Is it cautious to walk down a tunnel, or is it cautious to not use a door? I don't know.
I think
Let's
we
put
should
the
just-
cubes in the wall.
Jax, you still have the weird telepathy mask, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So what do you
You
guys
mean-
want to do?
My cool helmet.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
Why?
I pick up the sack and I begin to put cubes in the wall.
Because one of the lines in this thing is "Don the mask or be seen." So I just
Okay.
want to make sure we still have
So-
the mask.
So hold on. Fleeb is over here by the wall with the cubes. Where's everyone else?
It was very much a helmet, not a mask. We did get a mask in that same room that you
I do
got.
have gold skull mask in my inventory.
Yeah. And I have a
Guys,
kobold
guys,
mask.
where are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
while you're making
I'm
these
going up to the door,
decisions?
yeah. Going up to the door.
Scramble?
I'm gonna stand a bit further back and
Okay.
just keep an eye out.
Okay.
Probably
Uh,
up at these gargoyles a little bit.
As Fleeb is loading the cubes into the 9 cavities, nothing seems to happen on 6, on 7. Do you continue?
Yep.
Okay. You get to the 9th cube, and you hear a grinding noise as a stone block begins descending over the tunnel entrance behind you.
Run!
What would you like to do?
Huh?
Descending.
So
Yeah,
this
it's
area,
blocking our way out. It's blocking our way out.
Oh, I thought it meant that one. Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. I run it up
Uh,
to them then, unless they're gonna start running out.
okay. Who's doing what?
I'll stay in here.
Okay, you stay.
I'm
I
closest to the thing, so I'm gonna go stand next to. I'm gonna roll underneath it if I can.
Are
and-
you gonna
Okay, make
leave?
athletics
No, dude,
check,
this is-
Caesar. Indiana Jones style. Give me an athletics check.
Okay.
Ooh, the natural
Oh, no.
1. You do not make it, and you trip
Immediately
over a
stack it.
loose. You trip over a loose rock.
Let me
Who
move
else
myself back.
needs to make a decision? Jex is staying.
right?
Fleeb said he was running. Does Fleeb want to do a check?
Yeah, go on then. I'll do my -1 athletics check.
Oh, goodness.
Trip over Caesar.
Okay, Fleeb also remains. Orvex is torn, but he's going to try and run away because he's a flighty kind of guy. Strength. Okay, he just makes it. Scramble, do you go in or remain?
Sorry, which bit is descending?
I will gesture this bit here at the very entrance
draw a line for
to
you.
the alcove.
Yeah, I need like a square. Just like, okay, sure. No, I'm gonna run in because like half of them have tripped up and Jex isn't moving. I'm running in.
Okay, make an athletics check because it's the same thing, really.
Can't convince you it's acrobatics, can I?
Not
You
according...
backflip under the door.
Oh wow!
Oh, it's
yeah,
all right.
you
I
convincingly
mean, it's
make
acrobatics
it in.
if you're limboing under the door, but if you're just running fast, it's athletics.
Fair enough.
So we have this little like piece of stone there now, represented by that outline. Now that it's happened, you have a thing to reference. Is that what you wanted, Scramble?
Yeah, that helps. Yeah, because I wasn't sure for a minute. It was like, where's the square tool? If it was
Okay.
like this entire space, and therefore everyone was about to
Oh,
get crushed.
a death trap.
Yes.
Okay, so as the stone slab closes, you hear a hissing noise, and you smell a strange gas emanating from the wall in front of you.
Oh, I'm gonna start playing my counter charm.
Okay. As in,
I'm
as
gonna
a
hold my
spell?
breath.
You're casting a spell?
No, it's an action. It's just a class action that gives us like resistance to charm and fright.
Okay, cool. Everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Just in case it was mind control gas.
Is this Charles?
Wow.
You're the master
Oh, I did trust
of
them.
your mind.
Oh, Fleeby boy.
This is
Fleeb's not having a good few checks.
if this is magical sleep, I can't be affected by it, but that's about
Okay.
it.
It does not appear to be sleep or a charm.
Cool.
Okay, so
That's all I need
19
to
for Scramble, 16 for Jax, 3 for Fleeb, 13 for Caesar. So so Jax and Scramble succeed, Fleeb and Caesar fail. So what happens is you feel the gas sort of invade your lungs, and you take 4 poison damage.
I love that the people who wanted to be here are fine, and the ones who tried to leave aren't.
And
I've
you
got resistance
also...
to poison, so does it half it?
Yes, it does. So you take 2, and sorry, I'm just clarifying the details. You also take 3 acid damage.
Lovely. Oh, that's not good.
Okay, so everybody roll initiative as you're in a sort of time-constrained situation. First to react is the clearing his throat in Vindication Professor Fleeb. Okay, so just let me double check to see if anything happens. Okay, at the start of your turn, you can make the Constitution saving throw again.
I can't. It's a
Sorry,
choice.
you must.
Oh no.
Okay.
Sorry, that's a 4, then a 3, and then a 2.
Okay.
It's going well then.
You take 1 poison damage
Okay.
and 1 acid damage.
Wait, that's some luck in there somewhere.
Wow! Finally, the luck comes around. What would you like to do with your turn?
Right, I'm going up to that door. Right, okay, it's earth around the door which closed, right?
It's a big stone slab that came
Yeah,
down. But
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
like
but
it's a
it came down
rocky
on
cliff that's around it. Yeah.
But it came down onto earth.
Oh, yeah,
Can
of
I
course,
do
yeah.
mold? Can I do my mold earth trick and try and move that cube that's underneath it to create a crawl space underneath the door, or at least air?
Yeah. I believe you very much can.
Is that the
So-
minute long?
It isn't
it's an
actually a
action,
minute.
yeah.
I read it wrong, but it isn't. I don't believe it. I couldn't believe I could move it fast, but yes, I am now instantaneously moving ground and moving it
Yeah,
away.
and I think you're not good at moving stone with it in the same way
Yeah.
that I was. But you could definitely move a pebble around.
Yes, I could have moved a pebble around.
Cool. Yeah, okay, that happens. You notice the gas slowly starts to leak out, but it is still causing damage for the moment. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can I climb out of it?
I'll
Can I
say-
crawl through it?
I'll say, yeah, you've done it before. Crawl the hell out. Go for it.
Do I need to roll for that? Or just leave?
I'm going to say, because it's 5 feet cubed, no, I'm going to say no. You can just wiggle through.
Okay.
Nice. Is that the end of your turn?
I get out, step to one side, and sort of like tarry cough. And
Nice.
whatever gubbins and disgustingness is like, so like, ISB.
Nice. Okay, Jax's turn.
The hacking cigarettes cough.
Okay.
Classic.
Do I have to do a check, or does it? If I didn't breathe it yet, am I able to hold my breath?
You need to repeat your saving throw at the beginning of your turn. So another Constitution saving throw. Okay. So
Womp.
on this occasion, you fail. So
Give me
that's-
2d10 damage.
Oh my gosh! What? Oh, 1d0.
Yeah! No
Zero!
damage! Invincible check!
So that's 7 poison damage and
And 0 acid damage. Oh.
3 acid damage.
Okay, 10. So, I'm gonna just take a moment to light a torch.
Mm-hmm.
And are the cubes still there?
Yes, they are still there. Yeah.
But there's nothing else happening.
There's
moment.
gas coming out of the
Yeah.
skulls' mouths that are in front of you.
And there's loads of skulls, not just like a few of them.
Yeah, there's tons of them. Well,
Okay,
I would
yeah,
say
I'll go follow Fleeb.
12 or so. Yeah, you follow Fleep. Nice. Is that the end of your turn?
Sure.
Cool. Scrammle's turn.
There's that.
You fail. So that is 1 to 10 poison damage. Oh, which results in 1 poison damage.
Result.
And you cough a little and say, "Oh, it's not that bad. It's just kind of like alcohol."
Oh, what's everyone
But
complaining
the
about? Oh
acid
god, that's what they're
aftertaste.
complaining about. Oh god.
Acid aftertaste is bad for 9 acid damage.
Alright, yep, no, I'm just gonna follow these guys then out the fleep hole.
Out the flea bowl.
You can get out and sort of spit off a weird sort of skin layer of your inside of your mouth as it's just
Oh,
peels
God.
away.
Ugh.
Oh wow!
Oh my God.
Constitution saving throw. You feel like this is just a fart that someone has directed in your direction.
I blame Jax as I leave.
You resist it confidently and scurry out. I'm going to say that Caesar needs to make an athletics check, just because it's funny that he's wider than everyone else.
There we go.
Yeah. To be fair, you make it. It was
Do
just
we
for
Winnie
fun,
the
really.
Pooh him? He ate too much honey there.
I mean, if you got like a less than 5,
I'm not 5 foot wide.
No, his butt plugs up the hole and all the poison stuff's coming out.
Yeah, it's technically a 5-foot cube, but like Earth doesn't remove itself neatly, so there might be bits where it falls, bits where it doesn't. And it would have been funny if you got like Winnie the Pooh stuck in the hole.
Yeah, he's just like, damn, I've gained a bit of weight recently.
You guys, pull me out.
Okay, so about like less than you notice after about a minute of you catching your breath, the door rises up. Sorry, the stone barrier rises up, and you see in front of you all the cubes have been ejected onto the ground in front of the slope. In front of the worked stone door or stone wall.
Well, that wasn't right.
Olvek says, "Oh my gosh, how did you get out? What? That was moving earth. That was amazing."
You've seen
I
it
sort of,
before,
I sort of
dude.
like, I sort of looking with incredulous face. You've literally seen me dehydrate someone.
I mean, that's what I said. That's moving earth. That's one of your greatest hits.
I sort of go sort of like, I think I've met people with sheltered lives, and I don't think I've ever met someone as sheltered as you.
As sheltered and yet well-traveled.
I know, it's incredible.
I'm well traveled in this very specific ancient city.
At least he's honest.
Okay, so
Right.
do any other ideas? I mean, we could try to look at that inscription again. It was quite ominous.
Do.
Yeah, I mean, now the cubes are in. That's right.
But they're not.
Probably.
out.
They're on the floor.
They popped out.
Oh, they popped out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the other tunnel that we can gather mosey
Well, let's
in.
go gather the cubes at least.
No, we don't need to go and gather. They're
not?
in the poison. Oh, sorry. This is open. It's open now and safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
I thought-
The cubes have popped out. We may as well go pick them up, right?
Yeah. I
Right.
was thinking
Pick-
if the room is still closed, I was just like, well, I can send the unseen servant in, but no need.
No need, dude.
Okay, pick up cubes and wander towards this other passageway.
All right, let's try it again.
What? The cubes?
No, why not?
All right. Well, the first time didn't work. How many times do you think we need to put them in there?
5 or 6.
Just show me with your icons when you go over somewhere, and I can give you more information about that place.
Okay. I mean, it seems like the gist is looking over here.
How high up are these gargoyles, do you say?
It's about 30 feet high, those cliffs.
Sure.
Whee!
Just throw yourself up to the gargoyle.
What are these things?
You notice, Jax, as you go into that tunnel further, what you notice is alcoves run the length of the narrow tunnel, each one featuring a bestial statue standing or squatting above a basin of oil. Who's carrying the cubes, by the way?
Oh, do we have a bag of holding? Are we putting them in there?
I do, but we also just had a cube sack recently.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
Who's carrying the cube sack?
Who wants to? Does anybody want
Caesar.
to?
I've decided Caesar thought they were like building.
I thought Flebe
Caesar's-
was
Fine,
carrying them, but I-
yeah, fine. I'll go and collect up the cubes and carry said cube sack. It is a suitable alternative blunt weapon to my short
Oh, and
sword.
then he finds our prank. Just as he's picking up the last cube, all the cubes in his hand fizzle out, and you see me put the last cube in the wall again.
Oh, got him!
Okay, I've got hefty cube sack.
Okay, so Fleet.
So what
does.
are these? What are these statues
Oh,
of?
hefty
They're,
sack, alright.
they're squatting over oil like they've just.
Yeah, they're of like beasts in a mixture of beast form or like beast/human form, and they seem to resemble very familiar representations. And Orvek says,
Where's
"Oh,
Wanda?
yes, these are the visages of the trickster gods that we've been seeing inscriptions of and visiting the shrines of."
Yeah, but where's Wongo?
I think Wongo is that one, and he points to a monkey one.
Hell yeah!
So, reading from west to east, the opposite statues depict Moa, then Wongo. So, Wongo is immediately to the south of you, Jax. Then Lejin, and then Ubalaka, then Papzotl, and then Kubzan, then Nang Nang, and then Shigambi. And as where's Fleeb? Oh no, Fleeb's there.
Well, I follow these guys. If these guys are walking through, I sort of trudge along and follow them. But at some point, I will cross this threshold.
Do they look like their statues could hold cubes?
No, there's only like a little pool of oil in a basin in front of each of them. And as Fleeb crosses each pair of statues, the flame, there's a flame that ignites suddenly in the oil in front of each statue. Like
I-
That's pretty cool. How are you doing that?
pretty ambient.
Well, there we go.
All right, I'll stand back actually. As they start lighting, I'll step back and just stand to the side and play like a little spooky piece of music for him lighting up all the lights.
I see. I suppose that means I push past this guy and keep going.
Sure. As you keep going, more and more little bowls of oil on the sort of dais in front of each statue come to life as you pass between them. And as you get to the very end...
Yada yada, you know, the standard lighting of oil as you go through the tunnel. Every single dungeon has this blah de blah de blah. Philippe has seen this before.
As you
Simple
get,
concept.
as you get to the end of this corridor, make a perception check with advantage.
Oh, fantastic. I can actually use my eyes. Perception. Boom.
Okay. With a 13...
Not very well, though.
You notice a very faint
Nothing.
glow on the wall in front of you, and it doesn't seem to be coming from the oil flames behind you. It seems to be coming from the other side of the wall you're looking at.
I tap the wall.
Your hand goes through.
Yeah. I retract my hand quickly.
You are undamaged.
Hmm.
So it would seem.
You know, as much as I like the adventuring sort, I am literally here wearing the roby equivalent of, well, a dressing gown. Would someone who is, you know, a bit more hot on their feet like to step through this mirage first?
I hop. Just before I hop through, I'm gonna sense intelligence
What on Fleeb?
using the helm.
Okay, to see if there's any like surface thoughts of other people.
See if there's like any intelligence on the other side of it.
Okay, you don't detect anything on that side,
Okay.
but Fleeb and Caesar, what are your surface thoughts?
I'm not focusing on them. I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
there's
because you're
any-
not focusing on them. Okay, if there's
I
nothing
can
there.
tell that they're here, but like, yeah.
Cool. you
Okay,
step-
I turn around and I'm like, ooh, I don't know about, and then I backflip through this.
Nice. Okay. You land in a very small 2-foot space, bruising your tailbone because it's a very small area. And you
I
see
fit in very small areas.
That's true, that's true. But basically, you see another statue, and this time it's of the flail snail. And a golden pendant shaped like an eye hangs on the head of the flail snail. And
I'm
you-
gonna. So this is the. I'm gonna assume this is the Doom Child. So I'm gonna say, "Hey Wongo, it's me, Wongo. Cool hat."
Your voice echoes in the small stone room.
I understand.
Ah, I'm going to give you your stuff, and I try to. Can I? It's wearing a necklace, right?
Yes, it is.
And I can take it off of it.
You can attempt to.
Yeah, I will try to while I say, "This is mine."
Okay. You
I'm
take
gonna,
it off successfully, and you have a golden pendant.
Okay, I'm gonna Can I like just inspect it and see if, just get a feel for it, see if it's like gonna. Does it feel evil or does it look cool? How much do I want to put this on?
Make an Arcana check, and then Scramble can ask his question during that time. Oh, yeah, go on,
I'm just
Scramble.
gonna put on the gold mask that we picked up. You know, we picked up 2 masks: the telepathy mask and the
Mhm.
another gold skull mask. Is what I've written it down as. I'm just gonna put that on.
Okay, cool. You look dope. Going back
Nice.
to Jex and that small niche, you also noticed that the oil in front of this flail snail statue is also lit, which was causing the glow to appear on the other side.
Lit AF, dude.
With a 7, you're not certain. It feels kind of warm. It looks pretty. It's got an eye shape, sort of like a teardrop / eye shape. You don't get the heebie-jeebies, but you don't immediately understand its nature either.
I'm gonna put it in my pocket and
Okay.
think about it for a moment. Like, just so I'm not looking at it, I'm gonna logic this through for a little while.
Cool.
So I'm just gonna spend like, if no one does anything, I'm gonna spend like 5 minutes in here just like debating.
I mean, we're literally in a corridor right behind you.
I know, but like, you don't know what's happening on the other side of the wall, and I'm wrapped up in thought
We're not
about
going
this
to wait for
necklace.
5 minutes for you
Well,
to.
you see Orvex, you hear Orvex say, "Are there any cool inscriptions in there?"
Oh, can I hear them straight through it?
Yes, it's a illusory wall.
Like,
Oh,
like as soon as Jex has gone
So
through
they
and
hear
I
me
haven't,
like-
and
I don't
haven't
wait.
immediately heard a scream, I do step
yeah.
through as well.
I like to say, yeah, I'm just like saying, "This is mine." I say, it's like,
So like,
hear me.
like he could be crazy, but quite frankly, everything so far, who knows?
Pretty normal.
Cool. You step through. You are incredibly squished in this tiny space. Good Foley.
Okay, well, they see me looking at this necklace.
You do indeed see that.
Is there a door? Is there
You
anything in this
can-
room beyond a snail and a?
If you're just looking around, you can make a perception check. If you spend the time to cast your hands over everything, then you can make an investigation check.
Sure, I will touch the walls.
Okay. You don't get the sense that there are more doors. You don't see any other lights glowing. Yeah, it seems like a normal niche, aside from being hidden behind a wall.
And there's a snail with a
A
necklace.
flail snail, I'll have you know.
A flail snail with a necklace.
That is correct.
No writing on the walls.
Not in this niche.
So Jex has effectively pocketed this thing, right?
No, I'm looking at it by the time you get in.
So you see the
So-
necklace, Fleeb. That is another thing that you
All right,
notice
I'm
in
gonna
this
put
room.
it on.
Okay.
Okay. You put
I
it
was
on.
like, okay, dude, this is shiny. I don't know what's gonna happen. If I start getting strangled by this, pull it off me. I put a necklace on.
Got it.
You
I
say
ready.
that-
I ready a lightning bolt.
You say that to Fleeb, who is barely 2 inches from your face.
Oh god! The slight sizzle of static electricity.
Yeah, you put it on. You feel no different.
Cool. I'm just gonna
you
feel
feel-
around this little room then.
Can I?
You feel 20% more bling. You can make an
Oh, I do like
investigation or perception check, and then Fleeb can talk.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
ahead
no,
and
as in
talk while
while
we do
he's
it,
doing
yeah.
the check, you can tell me what you want to say.
I would do the ritual cast of identify
Okay,
on it.
cool. Tell me
Which takes
the
me a minute.
language of the spell, and then after 60 seconds, I'll tell you what
It
happens.
takes 11 minutes.
As in that one.
So you know.
Oh yeah, it's 1 minute plus 10 minutes to cast it as a ritual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
we
takes a while.
got time.
So
yeah.
does Jex give it to you, or do you just hold
Well,
onto
well-
it the whole time?
Well, I kind of. Well, okay. So I kind of make the point of like I can probably try and find out if this is magical or something else if you give it to me and I spend time, looking at it.
No, dude, sounds like
Do
you're trying
I
to steal
feel
the full
s-
necklace.
Do I feel fine about handing the necklace to him? Just like,
Yes, you feel like your
Okay.
normal Jexy self.
okay, I'll let him.
You haven't
hold
been
the necklace.
cursed with the idea you have to keep hold of it.
I love
Yeah.
I love the suspicion of that question. How do I feel about this question? Cool. So you take.
GM, is it cool for me to be okay with handing this away?
I love it. I love it. Okay, so during that 10 minutes, I want to hear a brief snippet of what you guys do while you watch Fleeb just caress a
I
golden
mean, I'm like
pendant.
feeling around the room and searching just to see if there's another secret wall or something
Oh
or
yeah,
a switch.
that's what your perception check is for, right?
Yep.
Cool. So we'll do that first, and then the rest of you can tell me what you want to do. You don't notice anything else about the room other than what you've already noticed. You feel like you've scoured it within an inch of its life. Caesar?
Nothing's really happening, is it? So.
Well, I mean,
think
Fleeb's doing a lot of caressing, but you don't really see it.
I presume they're all right because we can hear them chatting and stuff. So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go back to the entrance and have a look, see whether anything suspicious.
I was like, wow, Fleeb, that's some good finger work. Have you considered learning the flute?
Could you do a perception check for me, Caesar, if you're just looking around to see if anything's happened? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Scrammle's on deck. Oh, with a 20. You noticed the gargoyles as well, but they look exactly the same as when Scramble pointed them out this morning. Yeah, you noticed the carvings on the obelisk have been revealed by Orvex pulling at the vines, and that's the extent of what you notice.
That's not interesting.
It's more of just a reminder of the things that there are there.
And they are
then,
still the same.
Scramble?
I guess I'm just gonna have a look at these statues some more. These 8 god statues. See if there's any like writing on them or anything like that.
Okay.
Just have a good look at them.
Okay.
What is that? I don't know if that even needs a check.
I'll say make a religion check, and then am I forgetting? Oh yeah, and then I'll resolve, and then I'll get Orvex. Orvex is going to go back here and look at the obelisk more closely. Oh, natural 20.
Whoa! Holy shit!
You notice that.
Scramble knows a lot about religion. Apparently,
Scramble the Peter.
it's not what I would have. Not what I intended when I made this character, but here we are.
Okay, I'm going to say that you notice that the way these statues are carved differs a little bit from how similar statues of these gods have been depicted in the shrines and places that you've been. They seem to be carved in a more like hurried way.
Huh. Hurried. Okay. Like there was a rush to get these things completed.
Or like with less
Or that they
like
didn't care
care
very much.
and attention than the other ones in the
Oh.
shrines. Like the other ones in the shrines look agonized over, whereas these look like, yep, that's what they are.
Like that'll do.
Yeah. And before we get back to that and any follow-up questions you might have, I will reveal the results of the identify spell. And basically, what you discover, Fleeb, is that this necklace is designed to guide the wearer when it comes into contact with another magical object. It creates a sort of arcane reaction that then guides or pulls at the wearer to achieve some goal.
Oh, it gives me a sense of sense.
I suppose I try to explain, like, both me and fucking Jax are still in his fucking cramped hole. And I was sort of like, so at some point this will come into contact with something and it will urge you to do something. It's sort of like a set
What do
of
you mean,
instructions.
urge? Do you mean like...
Chaps, I'm
Like-
starting to piece things together.
Oh, good, because I have no idea. Tell us.
All right.
Not on the information. Not on the information. I've been reading this inscription again, and I've just started to realize the enemies opposed is probably the statues standing across from each other. One stands between them is in this hidden room because in darkness it hides. So whatever this one statue in behind the illusion is the one that stands between them.
Is there a statue in here?
I thought you said there was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the flail snail is in that little secret
Oh, of
room.
course, the frail snail. Huh.
The flail snail stands between them. Darkness it hides behind the illusionary wall. Don the mask will be this. The bottom half I'm struggling with a little bit.
It's probably step 2.
I mean, I lied to it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but this guy isn't the child. This guy is the thing that stands between. We maybe haven't reached the
I
don the
would
mask
like-
or be seen.
Yes.
Speak no truth to
Anyway,
the doomed child.
meanwhile, I put the sweet necklace back on, and I'm like, hey.
If it's not done anything for you, can I try it on with the other mask?
The necklace, or you want to go through?
Both actually. If you wouldn't mind leaving me in here with the necklace.
Fleeb shuffles out the way, realizing he's not too sure about what these things are. He kind of picks up one of the cubes and sort of like, do any of the cubes have markings on them to indicate who they're from?
Yes, they all have symbols on them, and I
Yes.
can show you what those symbols look
Well-
like.
All right, I will lend you my my cool necklace.
Yeah,
Just
I'd like
give
to
me-
put the. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. You can put it on, and I'll tell you what happens in just a moment. I just need to find.
no worries.
There's some sweet handouts for all the different cube things. Ah, here they are. Okay. No.
On a nonetheless point, I kind of call Caesar over as like, Caesar, you're a dwarf with a Eiffel detail, I think.
With an
Let's try and
Eiffel
pair
Tower.
these up, and put a cube in a fire, and they give him half.
You could do that.
Fuck it, try anything.
Okay, sorry, I didn't have the handout that I thought, so I'll just describe them for you. Does anyone gonna take notes about this?
Who's the best touch typist? I'll give it a go. Let's go.
I mean, I can
Okay.
also give it. I'm ready
So
to type as well.
the Jinn is the rabbit. Moa is a snake.
Oh,
Wongo is a monkey. Pap Zottel is a heron.
There are. Sorry, keep going.
Unk, UNKH, is the snail. Shigambi is the like jaguar with snakes coming out of it.
is the what with things coming out of what?
A jaguar,
snake jaguar,
with
we fought
snakes
them.
coming out of it.
Oh yeah.
Kamadan or something.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
And then Nanganang looks kind of like a mole, like a bipedal mole. And then Ubalaka looks like a badger. And the last one is Kubazan, looks like a Froghemoth. Cool. While you're digesting that, Scramble, you put on the necklace. You look 20% more bling, but nothing else happens at this
Sweet.
point.
Well, I'd step in behind this illusionary wall.
Okay, you see the flail snail up close and the little lit oil bowl beneath it.
I'm invisible, I say.
Can we get the puzzle cube handouts? Because I think we've got 2 of them, but now we've got all the cubes.
Yeah,
That would
I was
be an easy way
looking
to do
in
that.
the wrong chapter. That's actually really helpful.
They're in Chapter 3 player handouts.
Nice,
Oh, I see.
nice.
Oh,
Okay,
yes, I see
cool.
now. That would have also given me the spellings in comparison to my.
Sorry, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Like I've made.
I made up as well.
I think you've probably got a better attempt than I have.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Sorry.
either
I'm
of us
probably
is
also
accurate.
describing some of these wrong just because I forgot
No.
which chapter they were in.
It was. It's fine. It's like us looking at them would have only sort of like vaguely guessed what they were anyway.
My descriptions represent your evolving understanding of their representations. Okay.
The enemies oppose. One stands between them. In the darkness hides. Don the mask or be seen. Speak no truth to the doomed child. The mask will be seen.
Cool. That should be all the handouts.
Don the mask will be seen. So is that referring to being seen by the gargoyles outside? Speak no truth to the doomed child. The key turns on the inside only.
Yeah, so I think we've got the first half. Second half.
The enemies oppose. One stands between them. In the darkness, it hides.
And you said that like the when you identified on the necklace, didn't you? And that was the when it
Yes.
comes into contact with another magical item, it does something.
Actually, I suppose there's a secondary thing. Can I touch the gold mask? Can I just tell it intrinsically whether it's magical or not without spending 10 minutes?
Hold on.
The mask, the
Yeah.
gold one that you retrieved
Yes.
underneath the T-Rex? No, it is not magical.
Okay.
Okay, wait,
This thing
wait,
is not it. This thing is shiny.
All right, fair enough. I take it
Scramble.
off and pocket it again.
Yeah, can I have the necklace for a second?
Go for it.
So I remember something on the thing, so I'm going to take the necklace, and I'm going to go I mean, I was forgetting what was on there, so I've been reading the handout. So Jax is going to go and read this thing. Whatever,
Okay.
which side has the hidden message that we found?
The side Orvex is on. And who has
Okay,
the
so I've
necklace right now?
I've got it in my
Jax.
hand.
Okay. You go over to read the inscription, right?
Yeah. So the thing with it's the enemies oppose. So maybe this is the opposite way if everything's a lie here.
Sorry, just before you continue,
Sorry, yeah.
Jax. As you go over to the obelisk, you feel the necklace tugging you west.
Ah.
Like levitating out in front of you, gently but sternly.
But weirdly, like not part of gravity.
Yeah, levitating beyond gravity's ken.
Okay,
yes.
I'm gonna follow this thing. I've never been one to turn down an adventure from an inanimate object.
Not just back in the cave.
Where does
Sorry,
it bring
what?
me?
Sorry, southwest of your location.
I'm keeping following it.
Okay, let me just show you some... oh no, it's already there. Cool, you get pulled further west. What does the rest of you guys do? Orvex follows you because he sees the thing hovering and go, oh, this is interesting. If Jex announced... I suppose you would just notice Jex's absence, but you wouldn't necessarily been following him.
Yeah. No one said stupid shit for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, as I'd say, it is eerily silent. I think we need to find out why there is silence.
I mean, there's nothing good in here, is there? So.
Oh yeah, I sort of realize I've now put aside cubes inside fire and question my decision making.
I'll say Caesar and Fleet would have been-
you see Caesar and Scramble perhaps leave, and I spend a few minutes using Mage Hand to get the cubes out of the fire.
Oh, you've been putting them in the oil bowls.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just like I'm like not running after Jax or anything. I'm just like taking it very casually, staring around at the statues, trying to work out the meaning of this message. Not even,
Yeah,
not
mean-
even worried.
Okay.
yeah.
Be helping Fleeb, and because Jax has wandered off by himself, then whatever.
My whole thing was while I was sitting there in silence, I was like looking at the message, and I'm like, Jax hasn't memorized this message. He's got to go back and read it again.
Nice. Okay, so the necklace pulls you northwest of your current location. And what you discover is a slab of... it's like behind heavy undergrowth are these slabs of stone forming an archway in the cliff face that you hadn't noticed before because it was just thick undergrowth.
Oh, so I turn to Orvex. I'm like, hey, and I hold it open and like usher him through.
Ooh. And you see around the archway, stone skulls peer down from all around it, and old bones litter the threshold. As light strikes the entrance from you parting the undergrowth, a swarm of bats screech out from within, and Orvex goes, ah, ah, ah!
I love him.
Classic Orvex. Cool. All right, so you see the tunnel leads further in, and then you see another stone surface.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna like hold my shield up and hold my breath, just in case, as I go and look at this stone surface.
Okay. A big slab of worked stone blocks the overgrown tunnel, some 20 feet from that archway you just walked through. Grinning skulls mark the edges of the slab. In the center are 9 cube-shaped cavities arranged in 3 rows of 3.
Okay, I'm gonna run back out and just be like, secret tunnel! Secret tunnel!
Orvex says, yes, it really is.
Well, I suppose we've found some answers then. As I quickly get the mage hand to flip out the last cube out of a fire and then quickly stamp on it on the ground to get the fire out.
Wait a second.
Noticing this, I go, oh yeah, I have mage hand too, I gotta help.
Yep.
Wait. Wait. Can we... You know the arrangement... Maybe... Oh. If there's a pattern we need to fill for these, do the statues tell us what that pattern is?
Well, we'll find out, won't they? Because they're currently in 2 rows of... Well, they're in a row of 4 and a row of 4 and one at the end.
But they like... The enemies oppose and one stands between them, and that is what a 3x3 is.
Oh,
I
good
see.
point.
You put each
good
enemy in
point.
opposite sides or
Place
corners.
and Snaily Boy in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, so assuming we go to the place where Jex found
There is
places
a
to put cube
purpose
holes.
to the trap hole, not just to find you the way potentially.
So we go to the place where Jex has found. We place the cubes opposite their enemy,
There.
theoretically based by these statues, and put this flail snail in the middle. That's what we're doing, right?
Yeah. So like the
Very
first
good
pair
plan.
is going to be diagonally opposite each other, and then rotate around, etc. I guess. Well, I mean, we can try them in whatever way we want, but
There's
got
a
all the
logic.
time.
I don't actually know if if there is a required order here.
No, that's as well. We might as well try it. It makes sense. Like, it might just be that clue's only for this bit, but
Yeah, maybe. But if we
Continue
try
forward.
without doing that, then we know whether or not it actually was necessary. No.
Yep.
Okay, so
No, let's
what's
put 'em
the
in.
plan?
So I secret tunnel them over, and at least Fleebs come over. Caesar,
So there's nothing left.
we
in
all
the
come
map.
over.
Yeah,
I do
there's no-
eventually. I take a little while, but I get there.
Scrabble's putting the mask on each of the statues.
You know it, baby.
Cool. So you arrive at the stone worked surface with the 9 cavities that I described.
Huh, weird.
Okay, and we put in.
Does this tunnel look similar to the other one which gassed us?
Yeah.
In what way does it? In what way?
Because
does it possibly have a really, really big stone slab that
door,
might descend
yeah.
us?
can you get trapped in it if there is a door at one end?
You can make a perception check.
While I start loading in the cubes.
Make
I
it
mean,
fast.
I'm deliberately not going to walk into it if that's the case. But what did I roll? 12.
Okay. Yeah, you don't notice any area where a stone door might fall down or rise up from the ground. It all seems pretty jungly to you.
Suspicious jungly.
Although there are a lot of skulls here and bones.
Oh yeah, aside from the bones, but I described those already. Those are sort of littering the entrance.
Apart from all of the dead, it's perfectly
Okay,
safe.
Actually,
Let's
with
load
the
it up.
12, with the 12, you would know that the bones look to be a mixture of sort of dinosaur bones that you've come to recognize, like little raptors and things like that, as well as grungs and other frog-looking people you surmise from the bone observations.
There's some beastie bones.
So, Jax, is there a system that you're using to input these cubes?
Yeah, based on the pairings over here. So each pair is opposite the one that it was opposite.
Okay.
Just like, because there's the 4 in a row there. I don't know which was which.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
And then the snail in the middle, I guess, because that was the leftover one.
okay, cool. The 9, as you put the last one in, the 9 cubes flare with a bright light, then disappear. Growling with stone creaking noises, the slab begins to slide up into the ceiling.
Heck yeah!
Well, this is a different trap, at least.
Secret tunnel! Okay, let's go in. Is it
Yeah,
dark?
the
Wait
better
for
do.
Scramble.
Oh yeah, I turn up.
Scrummel turns
Yeah,
up.
I turned up eventually. Sorry, I didn't realize. Sorry, I forgot to move my icon.
Is it dark?
Oh, hey guys, what's going on over here?
Yeah, it's not lit in there. It's fairly dark, but those with dark vision can see, and obviously the outside is letting in a dim light of, daylight. So it's just dim lighting.
I'll fire up a lantern.
Oh, geez, you trying to blind me?
Yes.
Your lantern lights the inside area.
Motherfucker.
So can you show me with your icons where you guys are? Because you're in sort of previous
yeah.
positions at the moment.
Well, I'm the one with the sack, so I'll probably be putting them in the things.
I've just turned up, so I'm back here.
Classic Fleeb
Whatever
emptying
later.
his sack.
Indeed.
Cool. So that's that door is no longer there. So the area beyond it is where Orvex is that has just been revealed.
Is there anything
As
on
in-
the walls in this
Well,
newly
with
revealed
your
chamber?
with your lantern, you see fairly like smooth walls, and your light doesn't quite reach the wall on the other side to determine what it is.
In the darkness it hides, don the mask will be seen.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
so when
the darkness it hides, I think, is the snail.
when Jax goes close,
Yes.
goes close to the wall with his lantern, you see another slab blocking the hallway 20 feet beyond the first door, and an iron lever is set into the door's surface with a engraved stone skull leering down from above.
There's-
And as Orvex steps in beside you, the skull's jaws creak open, and a skeletal hand holding a crystal hourglass emerges from within. With a click, the timer rotates and sand starts to trickle into its lower globe.
That happened when he came in and not when I came in.
Well, it was sort of as
At the same time.
as you were both sort of like making it towards the other side of the wall. So the other side of the room. So it's about a 10-second timer. 9, 8,
I'm wearing a mask.
7, 6, 5.
I put the gold
Three-
mask back on.
Are these just walls?
They're just stone walls, yeah.
Okay,
Trickster gods.
let's back out. Let's back out and think about
Trickster gods. Fleeb is committing to this. He steps in. Trickster gods. This is nothing.
Okay, so do you guys do anything?
I don't mind standing in a
No.
trap, but when there's a timer on the trap, I don't like it.
Fleeb folds his arms. He's grumpy. He's like, I did this in my student days.
Okay, so Jax and Orvex run away, and
All right, if Fleeb's going in, then I'm going in.
okay,
Jack's like, I can't run away when this old man's here.
Jax and Fleeb stay there, and
I
basically,
turn and start to walk out. I see Fleeb walk in, and I just immediately turn on my heel and get back in.
Nice. Okay, so as the timer reaches 0, you see the sand timer and the lever retract as the door sinks into the floor, revealing an area beyond.
Go to Earth, Leap! I shout from afar.
Trickster gods for a bigger trickster god. Everything is not as it seems.
Cool.
Right.
So, what you see now...
So, oh yeah, the thing, when you were talking about the inscription being like the thing in the darkness, I think that describes not only what we've, like, that area, but it's going to like that, the inscription, while it seems like it described this, it actually gave us the answer for this, right?
What? Where?
How?
As in, the enemies oppose, one stands between them. That was the answer to the door.
Was it?
How?
Oh, I see.
That was how I got the
It
idea.
might have
that
been. However, we didn't
don't
try
know.
any alternatives, so we don't know.
Yeah, we have no
yeah,
idea.
but
if
I'm
that
saying,
actually...
like, so the rest of that probably still has meaning to us in some.
Yeah,
we're gonna-
we
It
aren't throwing
certainly
away.
could. It could. Yeah. No, this could come back again. I'm not doubting that.
That's
Cool.
all.
Okay.
Awesome. A moss-covered corridor extends beyond the door that is just retracted. Tree roots hang from the sagging ceiling, and the air smells like rot and damp. Ahead, a carving of a bearded devil's face adorns the wall at a T-shaped junction, which you can just see as I reveal it because it's a little bit further down. T-shaped intersection. The devil's open mouth is a well of darkness.
In the darkness it hides. Don the mask or be seen. In the darkness it hides. I step up and look at the
Stick your
face.
arm in the darkness.
I don't think I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Well, I can summon the
as,
unseen servant to reach in.
As Fleeb reaches here and Jex reaches there, poison darts presumably shoot
thank.
out from the wall. So they need to see if you're hit by them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Fleeb, does a 13 hit you?
With my improved AC for mage armor, no.
Okay. And then does a 23 hit Jex?
Yes.
Okay.
A
So
little bit, I imagine.
you take 3 piercing damage and need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. It's not that good a result.
Okay, with an 11, you take 8 poison
Oh,
damage.
no problem. No problem. Okay, I'm gonna take the dodge action as I keep walking through.
Okay. You take that dodge action and you continue walking forwards. Show me with your icon.
I actually shout back, like, can we have the rogue in here?
Bomb.
Oh, you mean me?
Whoa.
Yes.
I just have like several seconds of
as
silence.
I sort of pick out like poison darts that have kind of got lodged inside magical paper that's now kind of jerking and like it can't. It usually would be like twirling around me nice and poetically, but it's now just sort of pinned in midair by this dart, and I've taken it out and filling it to the floor.
I mean, let's
I'm
mark
so
the bits
used to
of
being
floor.
like called
presuming
thief and like asshole and things like this. I'm like, just not used to being called rogue, you know.
Right? Can you
Those are the
can you
marks.
see where, you know, pressure plates or something? There's clearly something that sets off darts.
No, but I can disarm it if you know where it is.
I sort of looking at it. Are you serious?
Meanwhile,
What do you
I'm
mean?
summoning my unseen servant to make him reach his arm into this mouth of darkness.
I mean, I've just got good perception and an incredible thieves' tools roll. I don't have like detect traps or anything. That's not a rogue feature anymore.
Okay, so your unseen servant reaches
I didn't actually
inside
realize
the
that.
mouth of
Yeah.
the devil statue.
Unless
Jax?
I've just missed it completely. We'll check on the rogue just in case.
And I'm dodging while this does this.
Okay. You hear a rushing noise of what sounds like an aggressive breeze, and your unseen servant is immediately killed.
Aw, poor guy.
As 1 HP.
Well, it wasn't me.
Good point. So, in the sort of awareness point, I sort of look on the ground. Like, is there any kind of corpse? Is the wrong word.
Wait, so this says in darkness it hides, which means we want to be bringing light here.
I sort of like. I'm sort of trying to. Can I try to vaguely tread where I saw Jex walked, or the other way is I'm trying to find something to hold, so I've got protection at least from one side.
I'm gonna light another torch and put it in the. So I've got my lantern, but I'm gonna light a torch and put that in the mouth of darkness.
Okay, one step at a time. Fleeb, you're gonna try to step where Jack stepped.
Yeah, to my way forward.
You mean on my trap or on the place where a trap hit me?
No, I'm trying to.
Have we actually looked at the floor to see whether there's actually pressure plates or tripwires?
No.
Well, I asked Ed to, and he said like he can't do it. He can only disarm them.
Well, he can look. He just doesn't have a special clue in it.
Yeah, I have like decent perception if you want me to check for them, but like
I would
it is
like
just a-
you.
it is
I
just
would
a
like
perception
you.
roll,
I would
assume, or
like you
whatever
to
the-
help me not step in traps, please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure, I can give you that.
I will
action, yeah.
I will happily give you an assist roll if it means you can see them better.
Whichever
I mean,
way
it's
around
easier
you want to
with
do it, my
assist
dude.
as well, because he wants to go past here as well.
Right, looking for traps. Roll.
Okay,
Sure,
who?
is that-
who-
is-
Oh, sorry, that shouldn't have been advantage. So, 17. I've looked for traps.
I mean, I can.
Cool.
I mean, I could help you do that and give you advantage with the help action, right?
You notice irregularities in the floor's tile patterns that reveal the pressure plates. You notice one where you stood, you notice one where Jack stood, and you also notice one here.
I shall
Okay, so
mark
I
it.
proceed to go avoiding those areas.
You also notice that there are a number of holes on the left and right-hand side of the walls.
Left
Like tiny,
and right hand side.
tiny holes that
As
presumably
in
the darts
the
came
dart
out
slits. Okay, right.
Well,
so that's like
here
yeah, okay.
and here and here.
Okay, cool. I sort of shout back, "Don't step on these places."
All right, cheers, Fleeb. I'll do that exactly.
Meanwhile, I've like lit a torch and started putting it in the mouth of this demon thing.
Okay, as you put the torch inside of the mouth, it does not illuminate the space, and you feel a sudden sharp feeling against your skin. But a 14 does not penetrate your armor.
Nope.
So it just brushes against your armor suddenly, it's surprising you.
Okay, but it's not like something's here.
Magical
it's just like,
darkness.
What else is in this room that we can see? The statue, or
okay, well, I'm going to be like, hey guys, if you put stuff in the mouth, it attacks you.
Good to know. Caesar,
But
do you
this
want
is
to
a-
go and look at the grate?
yeah, like general just investigation of near this face. To be honest, but yeah,
Cool.
This
I'll
is
go
a,
over there with.
This is a statue,
Caesar.
not a mask, right?
It's a giant. How do I describe it? Like, it's a carving with a huge
Yeah, it's
hole.
built into the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Caesar, you want to inspect the grate and the mask, or can you give me more
just
details?
a general like area, like once over. To be honest,
Okay, give me please perception check. Oh yeah. Okay, so on the ground you see a rusted iron grate set into the corridor floor. Through its bars, you see muddy water flowing slowly past. In the rest of the room, you notice the huge open mouth of the devil stone carving, and you also notice the corridor extends in this direction, and you can see that it sort of opens out to a almost like a viewing platform.
cool. Well, looks like this is some sort of sewer. We've got a devil mask thingamajig.
Squeaky
and
face.
Oh, sorry.
There
One more
seems to be
thing.
an opening over there. So
One more
gotta go
thing.
look over there.
On this side, the western side, you also notice creepers and vines clinging to the wall, at the end of which is an arched crystal window, 6 feet wide and 10 feet high. Through it, you aren't looking at the moment, but if you do look,
Yeah.
I can tell you what you see.
There's a window over there, Fleeb, as well. Oh my
I peer through.
gosh.
I go peer through.
Through it, you can see a dark chamber. It looks vaguely like that.
Sarcophagus. I guess. Just from
Let me
that
give you
image
a-
that you've shown.
Let me give you a description. Okay. It does appear to be a sarcophagus on a stepped dais. There are 2 large statues of bears gripping a 5-foot diameter bronze disc. And yeah, you can't see much else.
But that's a strange room.
Are they holding it like with the disc pointing upwards, or is it like flat to the ground?
It's
almost
like,
as if something should go on it. Or
It's like a corkboard, but if a corkboard was a bronze disc.
right.
So it's an upright. It's facing us, sort of.
Yes, exactly.
But it's behind a window, and we don't know how to get through.
It's on
And
the same level as us, though.
Caesar, I will show you. It appears to be on the same level. Caesar, I'll show you more of that room that you're in.
Cool.
We're looking at.
Okay.
I've realised that we've been walking around this other area, not checking for traps.
A grand chamber opens up before you, 50 feet across and plunging down into darkness below. A stone balcony winds around the walls to connect 4 archways. Other balcony levels are visible below, with corridors radiating off in all directions. To the north, a stone staircase descends to the lower levels.
What do I see if I look over the railing?
Down into the room.
You see a hunched...
Is it well lit in here, or is it still dark?
No, it's pretty dimly lit, but do you have dark vision?
I think get it.
Wolf.
I'd have to look.
I thought that would
do,
be
so I could
helpful.
just come join you if you want.
I'm
think
just
a dwarf
gonna.
would.
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna leave a
Yeah, dark
torch
vision, I've got it. Yeah.
here just so that because it says that something hides in darkness, so that means that it has to stay in the mouth if we leave this place light. So I'm gonna leave the torch on the floor outside here as we go to other places.
Okay.
I understand the idea.
You do have dark vision, Caesar?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see a hunched figure glaring up at you from the balcony below, wearing a mask that is a replica of the devil face that you just walked past. Without saying a word, the figure steps out of sight.
Okay, guys, I've just seen something.
I run over to see what he's seeing. I'm like, there's nothing there. You're spooking yourself.
Steps inside.
It was a guy like wearing a mask. And
A guy wearing
he's
them.
got-
Oh, what did the mask look like?
Classic Scooby-Doo situation.
Let me guess. It looked like it looked like the thing we just walked past that was spooky, huh?
Are you okay, Caesar? Did anything dangerous happen?
I'm teasing.
No.
Did he?
To be honest, it is a bit spooky. I could only just see something out of the corner of my eye. It's pretty dark down there.
Well,
Did
There is something here with like.
You said it had a mask on.
I pat Caesar on the shoulder. I'm just like, just keep in mind, ghosts are very much confirmed to be real.
You said it had a mask on.
Yeah.
Not that it put one on. It already had it on.
I saw it for a very brief moment, but yeah, it already had it on.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give myself
It's-
a cure
it's-
wounds on the side. Carry
I'm just
on.
wondering about the don the mask or be seen, and if it like put a mask on and therefore disappeared.
I'm fairly certain it saw me.
Well, we weren't expecting to be alone in here. Let's be real. Unless
Not
you guys
wrong.
were.
Not wrong. Caesar stumbles over the grate. Not Caesar. Plebe
See the
stumbles over the
teleports over
grate.
there. Stumbles over
He
the
almost,
grate,
I love that he
Come back.
almost, not Caesar, Jack, no, Phlebe.
Scramble.
There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there.
My one, the one that I am.
Well,
What
thanks.
was through that covered window, Philippe?
It looked like there was this thing in the ground, and there was 2 stone creatures holding a large bronze disc. It looked like some. I'm not too sure. It could. I'm sure what's going on in there.
To be honest, there's a lot of things
think-
going on in here
I think-
that we don't know.
Yeah,
about,
I think we might end up dealing with them later.
Yeah.
So shall we give this place a look? Like I can see from I kind of peer around. I can see a door opposite, 2 doors to our north, and whatever's down at the bottom here. So I sort of look down into the pit.
You still
How
have the
big was-
lantern from Jax, right?
I've still got my lantern, yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
there's no
I-
light
I-
sources, so the lantern is doing
I-
the light heavy lifting.
I cast light on
My lantern.
a stone.
Okay.
Do it on the
Well,
lantern.
but then I can carry a light.
No, but here's the thing. When an enemy is like, haha, I'm going to remove their vision by blowing out their lantern, they do, and it still glows. Then they wasted a whole turn.
Is it an ever glowing lantern?
Well, it is if I
I'm saying
cast light
if
on
you
it.
cast light on it,
Oh,
then they
okay.
blow out the flame.
So Fleeb casts light on something, and in that case,
Yeah.
you see slightly further because of the combined powers of your light.
By our lights combined.
Would this place be pitch black without any light source, or
Yeah, you get the sense that it is unlit.
I'm going to suggest that we each carry a light source, even if a couple of them don't need it, just in case we need to find each other a little bit.
there's a difference between like dim vision and actual dark vision? I can't remember what the difference is because dark vision is the dim one.
No.
Yeah, you don't have the ability to see.
You can
see
see.
in grace.
Oh
Darkness.
no, I can see in
You can
darkness.
see in
as if it were
darkness as
dim
if
light.
it were
Oh, okay, fair enough.
yeah up to 60 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah, in dim light,
You're thinking
as
of
if it's
4th
dim light.
edition
yeah.
low
yeah.
light vision.
you're right. Dim light is normal light for about 60 feet, and then darkness is dim light for the same distance, presumably.
Yeah, when it comes up,
Oh,
I'll
cool.
tell you what you see.
Yep, thank you. No,
Yeah.
that's cool. I thought there was a
No.
difference between two. Done. I picked it up from somewhere else.
No, but I mainly like the reason for everyone carrying light is if we split up at all, then 3 of us here don't see in the darkness.
I don't.
Oh, well, only Caesar and myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you carry lights, then it's easier for everyone.
Sure, that makes
Sure.
sense.
Cool.
How many lights can you have up, Fleeb?
I think only one. I don't think it's only a cantrip. I don't think it's something I
I just
can
didn't know if it was
maintain.
1 or like 3 or whatever.
I will have a look at the wording, but I suspect it is not actually that many. I don't think it's. It is. I think it's meant for personal use, not for multi-party spreading.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Let's have a look at precipitation. Lets me light a light source, but not create light by itself.
You
can't light a
touch
candle,
one
but I
object
can't.
that is no larger than 10 feet away. The spell ends if you cast it again or dismiss it.
It can
So
make
I
an
can only have one.
instantaneous light source, but not a yeah.
Yeah.
You can make a
I mean-
flash of light with it.
Which is okay if if we're carrying torches or whatever, and one goes out, I can instantly
Flash,
Instantaneously, yeah.
well spend an action to do so. But yeah.
Yeah. Or you can, make a flash if you need to be in the darkness, but then you need us to find you.
Oh right, if I need to be in the darkness, I can snuff it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right, we'll all carry a light source. I mean, my main weapon is one-handed anyway, so that's fine.
Yep. I make my shield fly so I can carry the lantern with an empty hand.
Okay, your shield is animated and hovering around you. What
Quick
would you like
question
to do?
about Caesar. I know you only saw this thing for a brief second, but how big was it?
How big was it?
You estimated it to be about your height and about your size, except a little less substantial. But
Oh,
it
so
looked distinctly dwarven.
Oh. I mean, your height, your size, but less chunky. I was gonna question about the doomed child, but if it's a dwarf, maybe it isn't a child.
Although maybe it's the child of like a
A
full-sized
human.
person.
Yeah, but you said
Or an elf.
Caesar seemed to think it's something dwarf. Like it looked
Yeah.
dwarf.
No, it's teasing.
Is it only a glance? So like could easily not be correct, but
I like how these stairs get smaller as you get to the bottom.
Sweet perspective
Um,
effects.
to make it harder to climb back up.
Yeah, Flea begins to head down the steps.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Well,
Wait,
I'm the
Do we want to
yeah.
go? Wait, do we want to go in this arena instead of like looking around the place?
Okay, cool. Does someone want to choose a direction to go in?
Last time we went into an arena, you guys all said we should leave. So.
That's true. I did get I spent both of my spell slots and got messed up.
Which arena was this?
Let's just walk around
that's
this way, right?
Both of my
Okay,
items.
cool, fine.
Have a look around down the corridors.
Cool. Okay, let's poke our noses down these things while we're here. Have a
Does
look
anyone?
down, see-
I can't see anyone's health. So is anyone like a good chunk below their max?
Well, I am, but then
How much?
like, 9.
I'm missing 10, but it's not too bad for me. It's
No,
like-
I mean, what's your max?
30.
Okay, I'll give you a heal.
I'm
I'm like nine's borderline for the use of the spell.
Nine
There
out
you
of
go,
30 is
9,
quite a lot.
perfect.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you feel restored by
I'm missing
the mighty Jax and
10 out of
Scramble.
52. I don't mind. I'm not too bad. I'm missing 10 out of 52, so I've got
Yeah,
42
yeah.
of them.
I think
So
that's
Okay,
alright.
if you go down
I've got
the
54 still.
eastern corridor, or bring your light sources close enough to the entrance to the corridor, you see a giant stone skull crusted with moss jutting out from the end of the passageway. A flame flickers within each of its eye sockets, and a view into the chamber beyond can be seen through its open jaws.
Okay, I'm gonna take the dodge action as I hop over towards to look at it.
Okay, cool. You see, yeah, comments?
I suppose I was just we should be on the lookout for pressure plates in the floor.
Yeah, I'm on the lookout, air quotes around that word, by taking the dodge action.
Yeah, okay, so you're choosing to not care where you step and dodge it and see it coming at you instead
I'm
of
choosing,
not treading
yeah,
on the thing that you.
I'm taking advantage on my good AC instead of not triggering it. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. So I shall show you this area. A stone sarcophagus stands at the center of the chamber. Its lid has a bunch of cool designs on it. You can't really tell from this distance. Behind the sarcophagus, resting on a pedestal, is a crystal box with a small humanoid skull floating inside of it.
Ooh.
And also, Scramble and Fleeb, you notice that one of the flames in the eye sockets of this relief that Jex just looked into, one of its eye flames goes out.
Jax, step back for a sec.
The eye flame has gone out.
Step back. Does it change at all, or does it stay gone out?
No, it's still out. Just one eye with a light in it, but nothing else has changed.
Did
And that
Jax
is where
stick
we
his
will
face through?
ominously end the session.
Okay.
With a candle skull winking at you in flame
Hey,
tongues.
baby!
This is cool. I've been really looking forward to this section, and I'm very excited that you guys are here.
We found the actual
Thank you.
campaign.
And
There we go.
I will say that you level up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't even know what happens when I level up. What happens when I level up?
I will look at level.
I
up
gain more
I need one more level to get more spell slots. But
Are
that's
you
fine,
guys
so I get a
level
sneak
9
attack.
now?
We have
That'll
just
make
hit
us
level
level
9.
9.
Yes.
Cool.
Ooh, I
Right.
get a new rogue feature.
So I've written down in my bio like get more spells, which I think was a previous thing. So I think I've got enough spells. I'm gonna have to check. But I believe I've got all the spells I should have at the
We
moment.
can work that out. A quick question about. I haven't looked at what's in Tasha's yet. If we want to use stuff from Tasha's, I guess we'll just talk to you when we decide if we decide anything's relevant, right?
Sorry.
I've
Who are you talking to?
You.
Yeah. If you want to use stuff from that, just let me know, and chances are it'll be fine. Because we're not using. Well, actually, some of you are using. Are any of you using D&D Beyond for your stuff?
I'm
I am.
keeping my character sheet up to date in D&D Beyond, but I'm not using it.
Trying to
Okay, because I think
I have not been, but I assumed that we were just doing Player's Handbook.
Yeah, no, there's whatever it is that you would like to use, like in terms of material from whatever source, wherever, just let me know and we can make sure that it fits and you have the resources to do it, in case you don't have that thing unlocked in whatever D&D Beyond or whatever you're using. And then it'll be all good.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you have any suggestions or any ideas that we should incorporate, things you want to hear more of, things you would like to hear less of, just let us know at thewronghandspodcast@gmail.com. So THEWRONGHANDSPODCAST@gmail.com.